Hope you're doing well. Back in the Melbourne head office today for our live with Nat. I'm excited. We've been back home now for this is our fifth day home. We've settled back in. It's been really, really hot. Today almost 40 degrees. So yeah, we've been just staying cool here. Way drier heat than obviously up north in Queensland. So I'm excited to be back in our normal home, and I'm excited, even more excited about the kids going back to school this week. I've got a grade one, a grade four, and a high schooler this year going back to school, well, starting high school for the first time. So I thought, what a better topic to talk about than how do we get our engines revved back up for 2021? Because a lot of us have been on school holidays with the kids, and the year's kind of started, but really, I don't think for many parents starts officially till the kids go back to school. And we had obviously the whole challenges of 2020 of having them around us the whole time and homeschooling and all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a whole new game this year, seeming that things are a little bit back more to normal, right? Good morning, Leslie and Kim. And yes, I'm excited also about our authors catch up dinner, which is happening this coming Sunday here in Melbourne. So I've got myself super organized, and I'm hosting like a barbecue here also at my house tomorrow with some friends. So to just see everyone for the new year. So here we go. Let's talk about how do we get our engines revved up, because I'm just like anybody else. I also feel like, when you slow down for the Christmas period and then the new year clicks over and the kids are still obviously, you kind of feel like you want to start, but there's other things that are distracting or taking away your attention, and you kind of like go, all right, I'm just going to juggle things until the kids go back to school, and then kind of focus really in terms of what I want to achieve for this year. So what are some things that we should be doing to get ourselves in the zone, in that a place where you feel flow, you're feeling really productive, you're creating, you're setting things up, and you're getting things into motion, and starting to seek opportunities, create those opportunities. So the very first thing is to seek out and look out for events that are happening, whether they're online or offline, because I know for a fact some events around Australia are going to they're going to come back to being face-to-face, some networking events. But I know that Zoom networking is well and truly alive, and doing really well. Actually, I was a guest speaker at a Zoom networking event last week on Wednesday, just the day we actually left to come back to Melbourne. And it was a great opportunity to be exposed to new people, new business owners. And I think about 4 of those people from the Speaking Gig will be attending my next seminar, which is, again, new connections, new opportunities of potentially having even new clients, right? So please look out for what is starting up, because most events will, oh God, it's so hot. Most events will start back up now early February, late January for the first ones, kind of the first ones as soon as school sort of starts. So look out for those, book yourselves in and see what you like, that you attend. And one of my other things to recommend is to join one group. So actually to become a member of a group where you're going to regularly turn up, whether it's fortnightly, weekly, monthly, I don't know. Every group has different ways and how often they meet. So just check out what the setup is. Do you like the dynamic? Do you like the format of that particular group? And actually become a member, because by being a member, you have so many different opportunities to get value from such a group. You will obviously potentially get connected and get referrals towards your business. You will learn from the other experts that are within that group you're not an expert. There might be an accountant, there might be a lawyer, there might be different groups of people who can give you advice, as you develop those relationships over time. And of course, collaborative opportunities and connections wider, because obviously you're spreading each other's network. I've always been a huge fan of networking and being around people and continuing to repetitively see the same people, because then the relationships deepen, and you kind of then end up developing awesome friendships. I'm still such good friends with people that I used to network with at the very beginning of my business, and actually my mortgage broker, my financial advisor, my accountant, my lawyer, they're all from those early days of networking in my business, and they're still part of my success team, if you like. Okay, so that's the one thing to look out for and put in your diaries, because also when you're around people, your vibration and your energy starts to increase. You're not on your own behind the computer and just like trying to figure out, make things, spark up things in your business, rev the engines up without people, because it's important to be around people, because then ideas get shared. Again, energy of other people, conversations, that banter, again, the vibration gets raised, and therefore you are able to, kind of just start to really open up your, creative side of what you're doing and things like that. Okay, so yeah, so in-person stuff is back, and if you have got the opportunity to go to in-person events, go. Okay, go. Obviously, take all care. Go along. Respect the rules of what you're going to do in today's world and all that kind of stuff. But we know for a fact that people are restarting some face-to-face events here in Australia, and certainly I went to a couple when I was up in Queensland, and yep, networking was well and alive. Okay, so the next thing is reconnect up with those people you said, oh, we should have a conversation about this early next year, once next year gets started. I don't know about you, but there's often times where you just want to wind down for the year and you don't want to like have any more meetings and any more stuff, and so you say those things to various people, or various people have said them to you. Now think about, well, who are those people? There might not be a ton of them, there might be only 2 or 3, but reach back out and actually make that connection, so that you get the ball rolling with maybe what opportunities you guys have to potentially speak about. I know a lot of collaborative opportunities came up at the end of years, and kind of, oh, we should talk about it next year and things like that. Be the person that actually takes the first step. Don't wait on other people. The worst thing you can do as a business owner is waiting for other people to follow you up, waiting for other people to contact you because they said they were going to. They're not going to. Most of the time, people say things just to get on to the next thing. And it's very rare that people follow up. So be the one that follows up, be the one that reaches back out, be the one that schedules the appointments, and, kind of put yourself out there, rather than kind of sitting back and go, oh, that person said they were going to ring me. Why didn't they? Stop thinking like that. You be the one that is the action taker. Okay. So now next thing is to reset and decide what is going to be a weekly routine in your business, right? So far you may, during December and January, being school holidays, Christmas, all this, everything was like a mess, right? Like family stuff and meals out and dinners and social catch-ups and beach time and kids around the house. Like there was probably no routine, right? So it's really important, like what is going to be your routine? What are going to be your working hours? What day of the week you're going to do admin or setup? When are you going to make your sales conversations or calls or things like that? What does the week look like? And what's going to be the sort of more consistent way that you approach every single week? Because that'll give you kind of, this is when I'm working, this is when I'm having a break, this is when I'm having family time and all that kind of stuff. So admin time, sales time, content time, creation time. Don't do things randomly. Cluster your activities and you'll be way more productive, and you'll set aside those times of the different things, because obviously as a business owner you would have to have lots of different things that you are going through and you need to work on. Focus hard and hustle hard when the kids do return to school, right? So when you've got that time, when you are not distracted, and they're learning and they're away with friends and school and teachers and all that kind of stuff, you need to use that prime time to build your business. So this is where you get out. Don't hide behind your computer during peak time, and peak times are 9 till 5, Monday to Friday, right? That's your on time. Don't do admin during 9 to 5, right? Get out there and meet people and have conversations. All that other stuff can be done after hours, you can catch up on those things, right? So really hustle hard and get out there, focus, and get sort of a lot of momentum happening as the year starts up. Okay, join a new group. I already said that. Test and put out a new offer for 2021. Why not every year? It's a great thing to kind of think, well, is there another thing that I could be actually doing, that might take off? It might take off, it might not take off, but every year is a new opportunity to test out something new. Okay, so last year, for example, I wasn't even planning this, but in January I helped one of my authors get the Amazon #1 bestseller status, and I hadn't helped anyone before. I had only done it for myself, and I went through this process, and it actually was quite, oh, okay, so this is kind of like a service, and I thought, you know what, maybe I could help one person a month, and I kind of put it out there in the middle of like a tour. It was like exactly this week or next week of last year, and within like literally 2 days, I booked up for the whole year. All of the 12 months were booked up with one person per month. And towards the end of the year, I came up with solutions where I can help more than just 12 people a year. And now by the end of last year, we had signed up over 50 people. So filled up all of 2021, signed up people in our group power promo, Amazon bestseller, and the do-it-yourself. It was like overall 50 to 60 packages around what that particular offer was. This year, I want to test out my Gold Coast house as a really intimate residential business retreat, week-long business retreat. So I've put that out there, and I'm looking for 5 people to join the June 7th to 13th week, where we're going to work on their businesses. So it is really, really, look, some things are going to take off and some things won't, but it is a great time to announce something new. And it also keeps you fresh and excited about what you're doing and how you're doing it, and makes you discover maybe different ways of what could work really well in your business, and adds, with the Amazon bestseller, we added a whole new massive asset within the business because it's something that's so wanted and desired out there by the people we work with. Routine, I hadn't thought about creating an appointment for my book business related matters, as I have 5 other day jobs. We'll lock that in as a repeat appointment. Thanks, Nat. You're welcome, Kim. Yeah, so you need to have routines, and you need to have things that when are happening. Like Mondays for me is really a setup day. I set my whole week up, and it's like, actually, I think I work the hardest on Mondays. I start off with these lives, then I got to think about my upcoming seminar. Every week there is a seminar, get organized for that, look at my PowerPoint, set up my calendar list. Today I've got to do the girls' pays. I've got to, just kind of set up the whole week so that I feel like I can smash out then the next of, the rest of the week is just execution. Actually, where I feel like I need to be most creative is around content, coming up with content for these lives, and my other lives, so 2 lives and writing 2 emails. It's kind of content creation day, set up the whole week, and then once I get the Monday right, the rest of it is just just execute and manage and maintain, of course, communication within the business. Thank you, Katie K. Glad you're enjoying it. So test out and test and put out a new offer for 2021. That was the next point. Okay, learn and read regularly to upskill and get inspiration for content. So all of us, some at times we get writer's block, or we don't get ideas in terms of what we should write about or speak about. And actually, my authors group after this live, I'm going to talk to them about kind of revving up their engines around content creation, because obviously writing a book is one tiny step to the bigger picture of being a person who shares information and intellectual property and helps others through their message, right? There's obviously a lot of content that needs to be brought out there if you want to build up your brand and your exposure. Oh my God, it's so hot in here. You wouldn't believe it. It says we've had a nearly 40-degree day, and today is like that day. And I thought it's only like 9 o'clock in the morning. It wouldn't be that hot, but I think I need an air conditioner in here. And I'm still getting used to the really dry heat of Melbourne versus the really humid heat of the of Queensland. Anyway, so learn and read regularly. So what learning and listening and watching YouTube videos does for me, just kind of I listen to what other people say around things I'm interested in, and then from that content, I might get an idea. I might get something spark up to relate on how I make sense out of it, and how I can then obviously tell it or teach it in my own flavor with my own stories, ideas, and things like that, right? So whenever you're feeling sort of dry for that, dry with content, learn, read, listen, watch, do things like that. And if you maybe in part of that weekly routine, if you can set aside 15 minutes a day just to watch or read something, you will find that you'll feel a lot more in flow, and just have inspiration, have different things that are happening for you a lot easier, rather than kind of feeling, because some of us can feel at this time of the year, I don't know, like almost like I feel like have I still got it within me? Am I still like, will I still be like that on top of my game and things like that? So sometimes, yeah, feel like totally really like slow, and I don't feel like really getting going and all this kind of stuff. But once I start reading and I start, do my routine of exercise, do my morning like protein shake, like I've got all of these things. Yeah. There you go, Luba. It's -7 at your end. Oh my God. And well, it's 100, and if I can translate in Fahrenheit, it's 110, I think, even thereabouts here. So, and happy skiing. I'm so jealous of all the snow and skiing you're doing over there. But I don't mind, obviously, summer. I love summer. I just don't like winter when there's no snow. Okay, so learn and read regularly to upskill and get inspiration for content. Okay, the next one is call some of your clients just to simply say hi. Call some of your clients. So it doesn't have to be also present clients. It can be just ones that you work with in the last 6 months to 2 years. Just to call in and just say, how you going? How's your year started? What are some of your goals for this year and all that kind of stuff. So call up. I've done this quite a few times, and you kind of go, oh, they haven't heard from me for a long time. I haven't spoken to them. Why would I call and all that kind of stuff? But even like when I would do it, like they'd feel really like, oh, thanks for calling. I said, I'm not really calling for any reason. There's no reason for my call, simply to check in and just say, hey, how you going? What's new in your life? Last year I did that, and I was asking, how's everything going around with what's going on with the world and all that kind of stuff. And it was just a nice little conversation back and forward. They would ask about me, I would ask about them, and be just that feeling of reconnecting with someone that you used to work with and all that kind of stuff. Try it. Just give yourself 5 people you're going to call and just do it. Doesn't take long, half an hour, 45 minutes for a 5-minute conversation each. And you will feel like really, really amped up at the end of it, without any reason to call and all that kind of stuff. So that's what I think would get your engines revved up. And reach out and book some times with people that you can explore collaboration. So I'm sure over time you have met certain people, they're in certain businesses that maybe possess some of your ideal clients, or vice versa, you have their ideal clients, and you guys would benefit from collaborating in some way. Why not set up a few meetings, 2 or 3 meetings in the next 4 to 6 weeks, and actually just have that conversation of what something like that would look like. Over the years, I have had some floppy collaborations, and other times I have had, really, really successful long-term collaborations that have, paid off in dividends, and then it's become a really deep friendship, and just, have learned a lot. Sometimes when you collaborate, may not benefit from it as much financially, but you actually might benefit from it in a sense of developing new ideas and new initiatives within your business, because you just kind of work with another person, and that creates that feeling of being a mastermind group. So those are some of the things that I kind of go, okay, I get my diary out, and so a new diary, which they finally made it here, right, late last year. And I kind of open it up, and when I'm in sort of a slow mode, or end of year, start of year, here being summer and all that kind of stuff, not too much happens over, say, the December and January period. My diary is fairly empty, and I try to keep it that way. I protect my time that way. But when I really want to get my year going, I kind of open and I look at when am I free, when can I book stuff in, and I try to really, really fill it up with things, because I know with every action, with every opportunity, with everything that I set up or book in, there's going to be something that's going to come off it. It's like they say, it's a numbers game. If you talk to as many people, whether it's potential clients, collaborative partners, you do lots of events, you expose yourself to people, something is bound to happen your way. It's like, and also, what energy are you putting out? So let's finish up on this one. So what energy are you putting out into the world? Are you putting the energy, I'm still on holidays, I don't want to really hear from people, I don't want kind of anyone to contact me? Or have you opened yourself up and saying, bring it on, all right, come on, I want the phone to start ringing, I want people to email me, I want, like, kind of, I'm accepting of being, like, in that busy mode, and getting lots of shit done and connecting with lots of people. So checking in on your energy and how you step into it. And I've said many times before, and I'll say it again, the whole reason I love Monday Morning Live, and I do it for you guys, but I do it as much for me, is because it really gets me into that, okay, now I'm externalizing, now I'm talking, now I'm kind of connecting with people who who I connect with. Some of you guys are regulars on this, and others, pop in now and again. But for me, it gets me into that motion to open up and say, yep, the new week has started. Bring it on. Let's see what we can achieve in these next 4 days, because I don't work Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but I do. Like, I like go boom, 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 Monday through to Thursday. I get so much shit done. And it doesn't matter if it has to be through to the evening and late night or whatever. I might, like, work till 5, have a little break with the kids, dinner, all that sort of stuff, and then I might work like a couple of hours in the evening just to catch up or plan things or create. Okay, so obviously the 9 to 5, it'll be for client, customer service, all that kind of stuff that goes on, the publishing projects and all that. In the evening, I might end up spending some time, like, that creation mode, where no one is, like, looking for me, or because you need to create that time and space of where you're going to create. And that's what I'm going to talk about in the authors group in a moment. But you've got to create that space where you can go away from people and just kind of think and be, and just because it doesn't happen when we're in productive time, right? You have revved me up as always. See, some of you guys might use this Monday Morning Live as your weekly rev up. You come on and you talk and go, all right, let's get into the new week. So, which is great. Whatever it is for you, just to find something that'll be consistent. And as I said, if you are, those people, many people who follow me are content creators, writers, and things like that. Find that time and space to set aside time, because you need to continuously innovate and bring out new ideas and share those ideas with the people who are following and listening to you. And the information that you deliver is super, super important to them. Okay, for that, you need this creative space and the time to set aside from your day, because we can all get so bogged down within the doing, within the sending of the emails, within, I got to fix this, I got to create that, and all that. But for creativity, we need spontaneity, and kind of like, time where it's not like the normal, like, regimented time. And that's why I think I do my least creative work in 9 to 5, Monday to Thursday. It's more the doing work that I'll do. And then, in other random times, even with these lives, I don't come up with the content Monday morning. I actually come up with the content Sunday afternoon, and I just, while I'm chilling out. Yesterday we were driving to Dramana to Stuart's mum's place. We had lunch with her, chit chat, and then drove back. And while we were like in an hour and a half drive over there, and I started chatting to him, I said, okay, what am I going to talk about tomorrow? Let's brainstorm that. And just open up my phone, put out the notes, live with Nat, and then I was going, okay, what do I feel like talking about, what I think it's important at this time of the year, and thus today's content. Yeah. How goes one get into your author? Luba, you are in my authors group. So the Ultimate 48 Author Mastermind group, it's where I do my 9:30 a.m. live. So this is 9 to 9:30, and then I go 9:30 to 9:45, where I'm going to talk to you guys about, let me check how to continue coming up with new content for your niche. That's what I'm gonna talk about in that particular group, because of course my authors, I always encourage them not just to simply write their book, but to continue bringing out content. The more content there's out there on the internet, the more people will find you, the more people will inquire with you, and the more you have built up your presence and your profile and your expertise. Yeah. So I hope that Kim has revved up some of your engines for the new week, but also you've got some practical strategies and actions that you can take to get this year into motion. Yeah. For those of you that are parents and your kids are going back to school this week, and especially if you're one of the Victorian parents who've had most of the year with your kids at home, hey, I'm so excited, and my biggest wish is that they stay in school all year this year, so we can all focus. And I'm also very interested to see the very first year of a fully online business, because I feel like last year was a hybrid, because we started off face-to-face, and a lot of the other face-to-face ended up then moving online, but it was originally booked as a face-to-face. So I think half the year was kind of a face-to-face kind of bookings, and then the second half was fully online. So be very interested. Oh, God, what's happening with my fridge? Very interested to see what's going to happen in these next 12 months, and how everything is going to evolve and change as we move along. So wherever you are, have an amazing week ahead, and go smash out your goals. And if you're my author, then I'll see you across into our secret group, where we're going to talk about how to come up with new content ideas for your niche. So have a great week ahead, guys. And as always, smash it out. Bye.